everyone, welcome. My name is Stacy and my channel is Home Embrace. I'm glad to have you here with me today. I am going to be doing a tablescape with all thrift finds, or mostly thrift finds. I went to Goodwill recently and I found a few really nice things, and I want to try to refresh my table in the kitchen now that the weather's getting nicer out. So I'm going to be trying to create a few different looks and incorporating those thrift finds. And I thought that maybe I could use more of a vintagey look, because that's kind of what I'm looking for this time. Got inspiration from a picture that I purchased on the last thrift video, so I'm hoping to create a nice vintagey look today. So I'm glad you're here and thank you for joining me.
So today we were out shopping and we decided to pop into Goodwill, and we wanted to look for vintage tablescape items. So we're going to do a mini haul today, and I'm going to be going along the aisles and showing you what we're looking at. And I happened to come across this item. You won't believe this thrift find that we found. I love this vintage pitcher and bowl set. How gorgeous is that? And I was looking for purple, and that fit the bill perfectly. I did see a lot of baskets, gorgeous baskets, some of them. I happen to not be in the need for baskets right now, but I left them on the shelf. Didn't pick up a basket, which I was very proud of myself for that this time. And but they were some really nice ones there. One thing I love about Goodwill is they have such a big variety of dishes, and for a pretty reasonable price. I was looking for more so like vintage items, so there was a lot there that wasn't for vintage for me, so fitting this tablescape that I was putting together. But I did spot this teapot with the beautiful pink flowers on it, and I ended up grabbing that because I thought this was absolutely perfect for Valentine's Day, or even just using it for summer. It's just soft and romantic looking. I love this teapot. And I came across this dish set with this nautical theme, and I had to have it. I don't have a dish set like this, and I definitely wanted to grab that and use that for summer. And I'm always interested in looking for teacup and saucer sets, so I'm always going through those. And I like to browse the aisles, go up and down everything, and just even the clothing and tablecloths, and just see what I can find. I already went ahead and put my two tablecloths on. One was a lace tablecloth that I wanted for the bottom trim, and then I put over top of that a nice plaid tablecloth. It has a little bit of purple in it. I'm not sure if it's translating on screen or not, but a little bit of purple, a little bit of green and yellow, and some beige. So I'm going to go ahead and add my placemats in. These placemats I've had for a while, but this is actually the first time I've been able to use them. And I'm going to put the centerpiece basket in the middle of the table. This basket I had purchased before on a previous thrift video. And I had some beautiful hydrangeas that I bought at my local grocery store, and I'm going to use that for the center of the table. I love the colors of these, and I thought they're like a purpley blue. And when I was out shopping, I ended up seeing this plant also. I don't know the name of it, but I just love the color of it, so I thought it complemented so well with that beautiful blue in the hydrangea. And I found this thrift find when we were out, and I decided to put some oranges in it. I wasn't actually sure at first what I was going to use it for, to be honest, but I thought it would be perfect for fruit. I also found this really pretty scalloped edge bowl, and I wanted to use it in this table display, so I decided to put some saltwater taffy. I had some different colors, and I picked through all the taffy and picked out some purples and whites and a little bit of orange to go with the tablescape. just going to go ahead and add my teapot. I found this teapot when I was thrifting. I was so happy to find this because it had the exact colors I was looking for, with the purples and the greens, and it goes absolutely perfect with this tablescape, I think. And the cutest little cup set came with the teapot, and it was just a set of 2, so I decided to take one and use it on the table. And when I was in the Dollar Tree, I ended up finding these plates. They're not vintage by any means, but they were that old look. So I decided to use those today for the plate set. And I found these really cute mugs at the Dollar Tree also when I was there. And they had the exact color again, adding in more of that purple. They have a tiny bit of pink in them, and I just love the handle on the mugs. I thought they were so cute, very delicate looking. And I had these napkins already at home, and they went perfectly with this tablescape. And when I was thrifting, I also found this blanket, and it was a tiny little throw blanket, but I thought it was so pretty, and to me it reminded me of that vintage look, and I wanted to put that in somehow, bring it into this tablescape. And so I decided just to drape it over my chair. It has that touch of just a light blush pink, but what I really love about this blanket, it has the reverse side with plaid. And I thought that was really cute and went perfectly with this table. And oh my gosh, I love this hat. I found this hat when we were thrifting, and I had to have it, and I love the coral colors, and it had just, if you look closely at it, just a touch of purple stripe going through that ribbon on that hat. And I thought, wow, that's exactly what I'm looking for. And because the tablecloths were joined together, I put them on top of each other, layering. One was a little bit longer than I anticipated. So what I did is I just grabbed some ribbon that I found at Dollar Tree, and I decided to make a bow on the edges of the table just to tie it together to give it a little bit more of a tidy look. There's my little baby underneath the table watching. He's falling asleep, it looks like. He always follows me everywhere I go. He just loves being near me, so you'll see him off and on once in a while in my videos. So the whole inspiration, guys, for all the looks you're going to see today was that picture. That picture that I ended up finding at the previous thrift haul. It just was so rustic looking that I thought that would be something that would look perfect on the wall, and I'm just going to pull from that picture. And there's my baby again, Oakley. He's just sitting there so cute under the table. I had to get a shot of him there to show you guys. He's so happy wagging his tail. How cute is he? He is so adorable. He gets right up into the camera. I think it's so sweet. My faithful friend. He follows me, like I said, everywhere I go. Okay, so now we're setting up table number 2. And I did leave the same tablecloths on. I lost my sunlight. Now we're working into the evening hours, so you'll notice the curtain's closed. But I wanted to go forward and create some more looks. So I'm going to add just this runner that I ended up purchasing at Goodwill. I ended up getting 2 of these, but the table only required 1. So I'm going to put that on now. And I like this because it's very see-through. You can kind of see, it gives you that look of that lace, but it's like you can still see the tablecloth through it. That's what I liked about it. And I had this basket and I just decided, what can I make for this second tablescape? I wanted to bring in this time more of, more greens, a calmer look. So I decided to bring in the basket, put it on the table, and add some flowers to it. And I did have this real bird's nest. I ended up having a bird make a nest in my wreath on the front door. So I ended up taking that down when the birds were done with it and decided to keep it. And I used it in this basket and I thought it looked so darn cute. I'm adding back in those same placemats from the previous video and using the same plates, but this time I'm just going to add a doily on top of each plate. And I'm going to add in another teapot. This was a perfect way to show my teapot collection. I've been getting a lot of teapots lately on my thrift finds. I seem to always gravitate to them. And this was a perfect way to showcase some of my recent finds with teapots that I've been purchasing. And this one was quite different. It has like a fruit design on it, but it has that color with the tablecloth and a bit of that green. And bringing that more rustic vibe in that I'm looking for this tablescape, I just put just a tin pot on the table and decided to put my spoons in there. And I'm adding in this really pretty green sun hat and adding more green in yet again, because like I said, I'm pulling from that picture, and that picture on the wall had apples in it, so it gave me the inspiration for this tablescape, and I decided to add in some more apples on the table to go with the picture. And I'm just adding in one more item, which is just going to be a little tray with some treats on it. Just putting some chocolate chip cookies out. And not quite done yet. Want to add a couple little tiny flowers to it. I'm going to be putting together a little tiny flower arrangement using this beautiful pitcher and bowl set that I found when we were thrifting, and it was only $5.99, and I just think it's just beautiful. I love the gold handle on it and the purple flowers, and it ended up being exactly what I needed to use for the tablescape, bringing in more of that purple. And I'm going to pop some flowers in. My dad recently passed away, and we had this beautiful flower arrangement for him at the funeral. He loved the color red, my dad did, so that's why you see a lot of red roses here, they're gorgeous. But I wanted to downsize the arrangement and keep that beautiful leaf that you see there that says Dad on it. I'm going to be keeping that for sure, but I wanted to take some of these gorgeous blue flowers and some baby's breath to make another arrangement for the tablescape. And I think it turned out really, really sweet. I'm very happy with it, and it just happened to fit perfect for this pitcher and bowl set. It's not too big, not too small, and it worked out just wonderful. And you're going to see me add in those beautiful mugs again. I didn't have to go purchase a bunch of different mugs because this was the mugs that I wanted. I wanted to keep reusing them and just keep adding in different layers and different pieces. So that's what I'm doing, and adding in more napkins, different colors this time, and another gorgeous teapot. I love this teapot too. It's very unique to me, and it was priced very well. I just love the colors on it and how different it actually is. I love the fact that it has a little tiny teapot and teacup on it and some fruit. I just think it's adorable. And the cream and sugar set that I'm just putting down now doesn't match anything on my table, but I'm okay with that. I find pieces all the time when I'm thrifting that don't belong in a set, and I just kind of break things apart and put things together that with colors that match, and I'm good with that, and I think it always ends up turning out really nice. And I'm able to use more thrift finds from my previous video. I'm adding in another thrift find, this cake plate holder, and I love this because it has a lot of pink on it, which complements the teapot on the other side. And I wanted to add in a little bit of brightness to the table, so I decided to add in a few lemons. And another sun hat. I have so many sun hats, and I just wanted to show them off because they're all so beautiful. And this one has a blue check on it, and it's nothing expensive. This sun hat was actually purchased, I believe, from the Dollar Tree last year, and I didn't use it, so I decided to use it right now. And I had this beautiful crochet bag that I wanted to show off too, and I thought it complemented that sun hat just perfectly for this table. This was my third and final tablescape setting, and I hope you guys liked it. We're going to take a look at that now. If you enjoyed today's video, please consider giving a like or subscribe and maybe a comment. It all helps my channel and I greatly appreciate it. And I just want to say thank you so much for joining me today. I had so much fun in this video, and I will see you next time.